All right, so the other game I think bears or needs to be mentioned as far as innovative ways music is used. Twisted Metal Black was, I'm sure you guys would agree, it was pretty easy to say that it was a big hit on PlayStation. And it had this element to it where the soundtrack, when you were in combat, actively engaged in, chasing someone down, shooting your guns or whatever, the music would be very, very intense, very loud, very bombastic. And then the moment that you were sort of away from everybody, maybe you went to go find some health or pick up weapons or whatever, the moment that you were sort of away from everybody, it would calm down into a similar track. If you listen to both the action track and then the track that's just sort of the background sound for the stage, they almost seem sort of layered, like one is building on top of the other. And every level had the two different soundtracks. It was really brilliant, and it really put you into so that every time you were engaging, you had this excitement because the music would swell and change, and I just remember being really engaged with the game because of that.
Yeah, it was super important to the overall sound and gameplay experience. I mean, it really added to the drama, and it really, because the game was so dark and gritty, it just really had this epic, feel to it. Whenever you would move away from action, come back in, and power missiles are getting shot off, and homing missiles are zooming by, and the music swells and gets crazier, and it just gave it this feel that it really stood out to me at the time. But I just want to say that they were doing this even back in Twisted Metal 1 also, which me and Brian had forgot about until we were going back and looking at some of this stuff, getting ready for the podcast, and we realized that they were even doing that as far back as Twisted Metal 1. I don't know if that's the first game to necessarily use this specific technique of sort of building the music around the player actions. I'm sure there might be some other examples out there. I know this is a technique that's being more commonly used now in video games. I don't have any specific examples to cite offhand, but I know I've heard other people talking about kind of using similar techniques with games where once things start popping off and there's combat happening, that they, they have the ability to switch in and out the music and stuff like that. So it's a cool technique that really stood out to me first in Twisted Metal Black.
Thanks for snubbing me there, because I pointed that out about Twisted Metal 1. You son of a bitch.
Yeah, you're the one that pointed out. Yeah, I'm sorry, okay?
For fuck's sake.
Credit where credit's due.